glamorous. I don't know how glamorous they are, but okay, shut up, Amy. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I am going over to my brother and sister-in-law's house. It's the 4th of July, and so I am going to put some makeup on. And I mentioned this palette in my last two videos actually. This is the LA Girl Hey Hey Vacay palette, and I think I want to wear this today. It's not, exactly a red, white, and blue festive look, but it's a super pretty palette. I did a few swatches in those videos, or in one of the videos. And yeah, I wanted to go ahead and play with this and see what we can get. I've got kind of a pretty sort of blushy nude color top on, and I'm going to see like how deep I can get this, how colorful. And yeah, we're just gonna play. I'm gonna scoot in because I forgot last time. Sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna scoot in and we're gonna get going. So clearly I have my eyes primed already with the Juvia's Place eye primer. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and do, there's only one matte green in this, unfortunately. I wish one of the shimmer greens was a matte as well, but it's not, so we're just gonna go with it. But there are some nice peachy colors. I'm gonna go into the darkest sort of peachy color, and we're just gonna put this on the center part of my eye here and work that into the crease from the center down into the inner part. That is an impressive matte and nice blendable. I wasn't sure how these would be when I swatched them because they seemed a little hard pressed, but I am seeing a little bit of kick up in the pan, which tells me that I probably was just not feeling their true nature, at least this orangey peachy color, which I love a color like this, and I think they're super versatile, good for lots of seasons, not just the fall or not just the summer. So this, I'm hoping to get kind of a tropical jungle kind of feel. I don't know about that. We'll see. We're gonna give it a go. All right, I'm going to take a flat shader brush. This one is a dual-ended one from IT Cosmetics. It's a little stained blue, but it is clean. So I'm going to go into that darkest green, and we're going to put that on the outer part of the eye. Oh, that's nice and dark. That's a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. And as per usual, I am just going to basically place this, and then I will start blending. And of course we're going to go in with some kind of shimmer on the lid. When I swatched this on the back of my hand, this green one, I had doubts. I really did. I was like, I don't know, is that going to be dark enough for me? Because I do like a lot of like dark, colorful mattes. And I hate thinking that something looks dark in the pan and then you go and you put it on and it's not. It disappoints. So far so good. Clean that brush off just a little bit, and I'm just going to start blending that outer edge a little bit. And I will probably go in with the lighter peach in here, the lighter matte peach, and put a little bit of that on that outer edge as well. But to start, I'm just going to soften that edge a bit. I think that's really pretty. I am sweating, so if you see little beads of sweat on my forehead and my face, that would be it. It's not even that hot here, but for whatever reason, I'm sweating really bad, really profusely. Okay, I'm going to take a little brush. This is the Morphe M562, and I'm going to put that lighter peach right here on the edge. Now, blending a green and a orange like this together, which is why I didn't do a lot of blending out here, is going to give kind of a tan-ish color to it, or it's going to warm it up a little bit. So it should still look peachy, but it's also going to get a little bit dirty looking because of the two colors. Doesn't have anything to do at all with the shadow itself. That's just color theory. So if you blend green and orange together, you're going to get a color like this, more of a, what would you call that? Why are my words failing? Kind of a caramely color, or a dirty brown. So I'm not going to overwork this, I don't think. I just wanted to put a little tiny bit of that out there to see what happens. I'm going to pick up a flat shader brush. This one's a little bigger than I'd like it to be. This is the Morphe M167. I think I'm going to start with the lightest brown in this palette, and I'm going to put that on my lid. So this is a matte. I'm going to do a very similar look to the one that I did with the BH Cosmetics Paris palette, in that I'm putting this matte, kind of darkish shade on my lid and up into my crease there. And then I'm going to go in over that with one of these shimmers. And I'm hoping that that will work and give me a pretty look. This is a nice color of brown, by the way. So while I don't love, like, you know, it's not that I don't love neutrals. I do like neutrals, and I wear neutrals a lot. I just usually pair them with something that's a little more colorful. But I find that especially like dark browns and stuff are really, really good for like deepening up something without being quite as harsh as a black can be. Now sometimes that's exactly what you want. I'm going back into that first color, that darkest peach, and I'm just re-intensifying that because I don't want to lose that peachy color. Bringing it up just a hair higher, I think, and just very lightly blending it into that green. So I feel like that's a really pretty combination. I'm going to pick up another brush, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of that dark brown, and I just want to layer it over that very outer corner just to see what it does, if it feels like it deepens that up at all. I'm not sure that it does. It alters the color a bit. It's not a bad color. It seems to be layering okay. So I don't know if that was like strictly necessary, but I did want to go ahead and see what it did. Going back in with that first brush that I put that green on, and I'm just kind of sketching over all of that to make sure things are blended. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I will clean up and everything. There's a little bit of fallout, especially from that darker green, or at least that's the one that I can see the most. I've got tons of options for what I want to put over this brown color, and boy, this is going to be a tough one. There's a few of the shades. Let me just do a quick little. I think I'm going to go in with that darkest green. Those transferred really well off my fingers and onto the back of my hand. Well, that's kind of cool. So that's not always the case. Yeah, I think I'm going to take that darkest green and pick that up on my ring finger, and I'm just going to see if this works. If it doesn't, I will go in with a brush and dampen it and stuff. So yeah, that's not going to do it for me. And that's okay. I'm not, I'm not overly surprised by that, but I'm going to grab another brush and we're going to play a little bit more with this. All right, so I grabbed another brush. This is a Wet n Wild brush, and it was from the Bretman Rock collab that he did a couple of years ago. Apparently, I remember the collab. I don't know the person, but that's okay. So spray that a little bit and pick that up on my brush, and I'm just putting it in the center here. Now if I would have just gone in with this directly over the eye primer, I think I would have been fine. I didn't necessarily need to go in with that dark brown, but I wanted a darker lid in general, and I wanted to use one of those browns, so that's what I did. These definitely benefit from using a brush and a little bit of setting spray. Okay, I'm gonna pick up that little tiny brush, clean it off a little bit because I do have some green on there, and I'm just going to reapply a little bit of this, very light-handed, over the very edge of that metallic, just to make sure that there's no edges there that I don't want. Let's go into that brown, that first mid-tone brown, and just kind of do the same thing. I think I'm going to take that green a little bit more in here. And then I'm going to pick up on that same brush, is fine, a little bit of the shimmer, and put that right in the crease area there, just very lightly, just so that it looks a little more diffused. That's real pretty, real pretty. I wonder if these layer at all. Oh yeah, I think they do. That is the lighter, or the lightest of the green shimmers. So I'm really making a spotlight halo sort of situation here. And again, I don't want any major harsh lines. Although once you get liner on and lashes, if you wear lashes, that kind of thing, you know, those things hide a myriad of sins. I'm going to take a clean brush, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of the lightest color in here, which is just like, for me, it's just kind of a beigey nude. And I'm going to put a little bit of that. Ooh, that's really powdery. A little bit of that on my brow bone, just to make sure I get things blended out there, and I've got a little bit of something on my brow bone to, you know, cover the eye primer that was there. These seem really nice. I mean, they really do. I had high hopes because I have used one of their other palettes. I mentioned this in my other video. I think it's called the After Party or something like that. I should have gotten it out and looked to see what it was. I'm going to take a wipe and I'm going to clean this up. And, you know, although in general the fallout's not too bad, so I'm kind of happy about that. And anyway, I'm going to clean this up and put on the rest of my makeup. I will come back and, you know, give you a few final thoughts, maybe another swatch or two. So I'm going to go do that, and I will be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. I've got the rest of my makeup on, and I gotta jam out of here. I didn't realize it was so late, but I did want to share just a final thought or two on this palette. I like this palette. I cannot remember exactly how much it cost. I want to say it was about $14, but I will try to remember to put the price up here in the corner somewhere, and certainly down in the description box. The point is that this is a really affordable palette. It's really beautiful. I went in under my eyes with that same dark green and dark peach and just kind of blended those out. I went on the inner corner of my eye with this color right here. And this is a little bit more of a, like a flaky kind of texture to it, which, you know, doesn't bother me. It's just something to be aware of, because when you go to put it on your eye, you know, you can get some fallout and stuff, but it's a really pretty peachy color. I really like it. In general, I like this eye palette a lot. How like different all of your looks can be, I'm not sure about that. It's definitely going to be a green, peach, and or brown look, but you know, that was why I bought it. I bought it because, especially because of those greens, and I do love a really nice orange and peachy color eyeshadow. I just think they're really beautiful, and then of course browns are always useful to me. So I think I'm gonna leave it there for today, guys. That's gonna be it. It's gonna be short and sweet today, I hope. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it while you were watching. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe. I do lots of looks like this where I'm trying out new makeup, new foundation, new eyeshadows, and I'm a little bit more mature, so I've got all of the skin concerns that more mature women and men have. And yeah, if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe. Until my next video, bye guys.